We're
Are you going to do
live
the
on
whole intro in that
OCX.
style?
Good morning, OCX Radio. I want to buy you a Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Because Coach is back and he's drinking whiskey and it's going to be a good night tonight.
No, it's going to be a good shit show.
Oh God, we're back to the train wreck. Cheers.
Cheers.
And he's got to mute the YouTube live because it's echoing in my headphones.
I already have.
And Mark is here. Well, he's sort of here. Well, he's kind of in and out tonight.
The usual.
The usual.
I think it'll be better. I'm hardwired in.
There is like a thread hanging from this thing, and it's like right in my peripheral vision, and it's really pissing me off. So do I get to just introduce myself as Santa Claus and Kyle is my faithful elf? Elf?
Oh, good Lord.
Nice ears, dude.
Yeah.
Do I need to go find my kids' reindeer antlers?
There you go.
Yes. Oh, that'd be perfect. Now all we need, Mark, is to go find an old lady's white wig, and he can be Mrs. Claus.
I feel like I would have to be Rudolph, leading the way of content.
Oh, that's perfect. And I'm just back there whipping all of y'all.
Yep, that's about right.
Have to tell you fuck off.
Oh.
You got to tell me to uck off? Is that what you said? I don't know what uck off is, but who has Mark? You're the one that you're the only one that hasn't seen it, right?
Yeah,
Movie.
and you go ahead. You can go ahead and talk about whatever. It doesn't bother me one way or the other. I will like it no matter what because it's Star Wars and it's on a big screen.
That's what I thought. Wrong.
But you had expectations. You got to
Well,
be
dude,
like
I had like the
what was the
whole
show? Mad
movie in my
TV.
head.
Like
Yeah,
lowered expectations.
it was. And the worst part is I thought if I like talked to people who saw the movie, like I would get over it and they would explain why I'm wrong. But I'm like, no, it just makes me even more angry. It's not helping.
We didn't have that much time to talk about it after we watched the movie.
No,
But you and I could get into a pretty good discussion about it tomorrow.
we probably will.
I still think it beats the hell out of the prequels.
Yeah. But then again, they didn't set the bar very
I'll give
high.
you 1 and 2. I didn't
okay,
think it was better
I
than
didn't
Revenge of the
enjoy
Sith.
3, though there were some parts in 3 that were just dumb. Just like this last movie.
Not as
And I feel like if you take those dumb parts and just kind of forget about them in your head, it trims it down to a pretty good movie for 3 and 8.
It's pretty.
We just haven't had time to forget them.
But the furry animals, Chris, the furry animals.
The porgs? I didn't mind the porgs. They were
No, not
they were
those
okay.
furry animals.
The cannibalistic porgs that just wanted to share with Chewie.
Yeah.
Spoiler! Shh. We're not talking about the movie. Which is sad because I could go on for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
What? Mark?
Yeah, you might have to lose the video, bud.
I feel like at the end of the podcast, for when we do the after hours shit show, we should like all of us turn off Audacity, tell everybody to drop if they don't want to hear spoilers, and then we can just go crazy.
Okay, that'll work. You, by the way, need like something on that wall. It is just blank.
Yeah, yeah, it is kind of.
We need to decorate that baby.
Go get
Heather.
Do I need to put that on there?
Oh, ouch. Ouch.
There we go. Just boom. Wow, that looks small back there.
That would be great.
What's this award?
Oh God, what's this award?
Oh, yeah. These are fraternity awards. I'm sure none of you care about them.
Sweetheart Ball 2016.
Aww.
Yeah, it's
Aww.
like, boom, alumni of the year. Suck it.
Ooh, wow.
No Dex can
Remember
do.
this one?
I think.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh, that's
fuck you.
2016.
Fuck you, Kyle.
Cool.
I don't want to see the 2017. That one was mine. Mine. Okay. Oh my God, how bad did Montana do on that first? Well, we can rag on Montana all we want on this episode.
Holy fuck! Quiet. Just. God damn.
Was it a good save?
No, I leaned on my volume up button. Holy shit, you're loud. God damn. Oh, fuck. Keep going down. There we go. Okay.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
That's amazing.
That blew my fucking ears out.
Oh God, that was funny.
Holy shit.
Damn it, what was I just gonna say? Oh, we can make fun of Montana all we want on this episode because I'm editing it. Just kidding, Montana. Your rendition of the intro was amazingly bad.
So I'm starting to work on an OCX toast. Like I feel like we need a toast.
I think we knew too. Yes.
Like the ziggy 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 oi 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 thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, not anything that like dumb. But I was kind of going based on the one that that you did, Coach, back on like my first episode.
My old college toast.
Yeah.
Here's to wars and revolutions.
Yeah, that one.
Wars and prostitution.
So I went and Googled a whole bunch of like toasts and found some like really hilarious ones and some really bad ones we can't use. And
I don't know. The one that I have is probably not usable.
My favorite one so far is here's to virgins and lesbians. Thanks for nothing.
Yes. Oh.
That was good. I like that one.
Oh, it's simple
I gotta
to
go.
the point.
I gotta go blast. Just to kind of piss people off, I'm gonna just go blast on everyone's Facebook page tonight.
Oh, Coach, here's one you would like. A soldier's home is the land, a sailor's home is the sea, but a whiskey glass and a stripper's ass is home sweet home to me.
It's so true. It's so...
Oh.
I like how when I'm pasting the link for the YouTube, it's Mark's face that's on the little thumbnail.
Nice.
So that should get everybody's milkshakes to the yard.
That's right.
I like to buy the
girls to the yard.
Oh, what freaking podcast is this that we're doing this for? I want to say it's the Condor podcast.
I'm lost on who that is, and
It's the Buy a World of Coke song. It's a good idea. Yep, Millennium Condor.
Why are we doing this?
You're not. I am, or
Yeah.
you can too.
Why are you doing this?
Because they asked. See,
Why
I'm
are
in
you
the
doing
cool.
this?
I'm in the cool. I'm in the cool Facebook Messenger group of hosts only. So you guys don't get it.
Okay.
But I will let you in if you want in, because it seems like we need a lot of people.
Sounds like another cancer chat. I'm out.
It is, but it's more moderated by like Dion and Ryan Farmer, so it really doesn't go anywhere for like 2 weeks, and then somebody posts something. It might be the Asa Graph one, where they're trying to get the It's the one I started to try to get the X-Wing podcast central hub thing going. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. No, maybe not. Who cares? Whatever. Millennium Condor, go listen to him if you know French. Or I don't know, do they do it in English? I kind of just let the cat out of the bag that I haven't listened to yet. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to do that tomorrow. There's a lot of podcasts that I have not listened to yet that I told myself I was going to. Oh, let's wait till New Year's. There's a New Year's resolution. Boom.
Listen to other podcasts.
Listen to one new podcast a week.
Ooh.
Hey, did you?
What, Mark?
Did you listen to Villainies episode 64?
No, I have it downloaded, but I haven't listened to it yet. It's been a shit show. It's been a shit show at work lately. So
you're crying. It's so funny.
It's so bad. I didn't get any of that. Oh my god! Fuck it. I'm going on Amazon tonight. I'm going to buy you a new computer. I can't stand. Okay, we are going to start a little mini GoFundMe for Mark. That's what we're going to do.
Appreciate that. Can you hear me okay now?
That's better. That's better.
The first 30 seconds of the Scum and Villainy will have you in tears.
Oh, now I want to go listen to it right now. But I got my own podcast. I got to do that first. Okay,
It can't be a song because I don't believe that any of them have musical talent.
Tyler does.
I don't know. Ricky might. I mean, not talent. Maybe no. I don't know. Probably not.
I hear Tyler's gone to. I mean.
Oh yeah, okay. I could see Tyler being a karaoke guy. Kyle, I'm gonna try to get started here. Where are you going? He was supposed to be
okay.
While we're waiting on him, me and Kyle were discussing the whole Patreon thing, and I don't know where you stand on it, Coach, but we had some good ideas, and in my opinion, I think it's a worthwhile venture.
I would totally do it if I don't have to run it. I'll plug the shit out of it, but
and well, let me start doing some research, and if I can manage it, I'll run it.
Perfect.
Okay.
I mean, technically, it is a producer's job.
Well, I don't want to throw too many things on Montana if he's already feeling overwhelmed.
He's already taken up all of his vacation days. He's got nothing better to do.
Fucking savage.
I mean, seriously, the guy hasn't worked since November.
Oh, there it is. That's my other question I needed to answer. Now, if I find like random ruling answers that I just want to let the masses know, where should I put that? I just add it into my shout-outs, or what should I do with that?
Okay, what are we doing?
Like,
see ya.
Like random rule BS that people are arguing about.
Look at that little sneak. He is listening.
Oh. Hey, Montana.
Dang it. We're going to make fun of him all episode. Hey, Montana, I actually get to edit out all the ice from my cup so I can feel your pain.
So, back to my question. Where do you want me to put random rules bullshit?
Let's go with let's do the gunboat stuff.
Well, because it's part of gunboats. So
okay.
The question is, can you do a reload action if you have no discarded missiles or torpedoes, or if you never had any to begin with?
What's the wording on the reload ability card?
Because
Is it basically? Can you flip a card that you don't have face up?
well, here's the key. It's on Arsenal loadout. No, it's not. I'm looking for reload. Reload. X-wing reference card. Go internet. Go. It says to reload, choose any number, including 0, of the ship's equipped discarded torpedo or missile upgrade cards and flip them face up. Then assign the ship a weapons disabled token. So can you choose 0 equipped discarded torpedo and missile cards? Because it says any number. 0 is a number.
Then yes.
And there is only one case that this ever matters.
I was going to say, it's only with vendor, isn't it?
Right.
So you can get the extra dice?
Yeah. But if you're doing that, you're not taking a focus. So you're wrong anyways?
Montana says there's precedence for this with Pulse Ray Shield.
No, because the problem with Pulse Ray Shield is you can't do the thing because you can't go over your shield limit. This one says discard any number or choose any number of those cards. If 0 is any number, then you can do it. So you can satisfy the thing to get the second thing. Whereas Pulse Ray Shield, you can't satisfy the thing of taking a shield to get the ion token. Why are you laughing?
Because I presented Kyle to everyone while I was eating.
God.
I'm sorry, Chico. I just saw him chowing down. I'm like, well, fuck it. If he's going to be muted, I'm going to present him to everyone. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I totally didn't listen to what you were saying. I was having too much fun. Sorry.
All right.
Something
We'll get
about
into it in
an
the
upgrade card that
podcast,
doesn't
which
get
we're going to
used.
start right now.
Basically, it's really dumb, but you can do it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Everybody ready? Everybody shooting from the hips. Got both guns out. Ready. Dust off the shoulders. There we go. Okay. Pay attention, John. Good morning, X-Wing! Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio. Time to rocket from the Delta Pilot to the 4BZ. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the OCX Radio podcast, coming to you live from downtown Orange City, Iowa. My name is Aaron, the Coach Crawl, and joining with me, go fuck yourself, San Diego, Chico Brown.
Yes! I'm so glad you read it. You couldn't help yourself, could you? Hello, everybody.
You fuckers Ron Burgundy, my ass. Oh, you guys suck. The guy takes 1 week off. Oh my god, what a
We
trap.
just lost all of our San Diego listeners. All 2 of them.
Yeah, all 2.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Oh man, also with us today, the old grumpy man on the other side of the fence, Uncle Mark Tippett.
Hey guys, just 456.7 miles to your left, Coach.
0.7. That'd be to my right.
Whichever.
Well, Montana's over there. You're over there. So whatever that number was, 0.7 to my right. And bringing up the rear, Santa's little elf. Everybody knows and loves him. Kyle, the Sloot Stews.
Hey. I am not just a misfit. I am not just a nitwit. You can't fire me. I quit. Seems I don't fit in.
I wonder if editing, I can make your voice sound like an elf
Oh,
for the
definitely.
entire show.
Yeah, you definitely can.
I'm going to totally try that. That's going to be great. Oh, boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Coach is back. Woot, woot. Yeah. man, that was quite the episode, guys. I mean, that was as we'd stated before. It was like you guys, had a pot and you took a little dash of Minoc, a little sprinkle of Gold Squadron, and kind of mixed it around, and yeah, that was a great Nova Squadron radio podcast.
Yeah, and when you put all those things together, you get right answers.
You get right answers and content. Well, I'm back now, so that shit's out the window.
I think I'm glad I was in St. Louis.
Oh, boy. Well, today I think we're going to discuss... we're not going to discuss the movie because Mark hasn't seen it yet. And probably because I could go on a very long tirade about how I didn't like it. But, that's my opinion. And I can have my own opinion, everyone else. So, we're not going to go into that. We are going to talk about one of the coolest things as of late is the gunboats apparently seem to be a thing. Yeah, gunboats, hype video. Zoom in on Chris Allen's eye. Yeah. He is the all-seeing, all-knowing gunboat person. I can't come up with anything else. Chris Allen's just so plain that it just... whatever. Love you, bud.
I can't believe we let him win a regionals. How did we screw that up?
Yeah, what the hell?
Playing.
He wins a regional, and then they turn around and drop a freaking episode of them playing Battlefront.
Right?
It's like you have to listen to it. Like, it's almost like it's... I don't want to, because I know it's going to be crap, but I have to listen to it.
Mm-hmm. I have to listen to it for the moments they call me out for whatever stupid reason.
Yeah, that's... whatever. They don't call me out anymore because I'm untouchable. Right? Because you know what? The weak life is real, baby. Yes. Thank you, Poland. Thank you, Poland.
Nobody believes Poland. So somebody won a tournament over there with freaking Mangler Dash. I don't believe anything they do. Did we lose Coach or did we lose me?
Yeah, we lost Coach.
Oh my gosh! Back to content. Nice.
I fade in and out.
Yeah, right. He just
look at that.
Just absolutely just gone.
Yeah.
Maybe the store blew up. Wait a minute.
That
Somebody's
would be
calling.
Unfortunate.
Oh, so looks like gunboats are actually going to be a thing. To no surprise.
Are we just gonna pause and have him edit this out, or are we? Like...
I got a message from Coach. God damn it! I hate this fucking computer.
Nice.
He'll come back in.
I guess I get the second computer. He has to have the first one from the GoFundMe.
You're right.
So, Chico, what are some of the main lists you're seeing that are using gunboats?
So it's whenever you have like the new hot thing, it always shows up in multiples. So gunboats are showing up either in a set of 2 or 3. I haven't seen them as just gunboats yet, so it's always with something else. The big ones are Quick Draw or Kylo. So if you look at the North Carolina regional that Chris Allen won, the top cut 8 people. There were 3 scum lists. All 3 scum lists had Fenrow in it. One of them had Cavill, my boy. And then there was Duncan doing Duncan's thing that only Duncan can do. And then there were 4 4 Imperialists other than Duncan. All of them had gunboats, and 3 of them were Kylo, and 1 was Quick Draw. So when you see it with Kylo, it's 2 gunboats. When you see it with Quick Draw, it's 3 gunboats. So yeah, no rebels, not a single rebel in the top 8 there. So that was kind of terrifying, mildly. But I guess that's how things shift.
Only because you miss Wookiees. That's why it's terrifying, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, Wookiees are still out there. I mean, they're still going to screw with people, but I think the influx of harpoon missiles is making it so that you can't really fly in a formation. And once somebody gets hit with one, you can't bring them together anymore. So what faction is really good at not flying in formation and not giving a shit about synergies? Imperials.
Usually, yeah, and Scum a little bit too, but yeah.
A little bit, yeah. So
this last weekend, I was at a kit tournament, and any gunboats. I saw one sir excited about the gunboats. I mean, that almost makes me contemplate Imperial, once.
Well, they already gave you your TLT carrier, and if that didn't convert you over to the Empire, I don't know what will. And you're saying the gunboat?
Yeah, that TIE aggressor is awful. That's what I flew this last weekend. I had Kestel to deal with Kylo, and then I had a gunboat and I had Quick Draw. So those 3 ships, and Kestel was trash, absolute trash. So I will never be doing that again.
Yeah.
But I was also flying the HLC gunboat. So to do an HLC gunboat right, you have HLC 7 points. You have linked batteries 2 points. Then you have the title 1 point. That is a 10-point HLC that gets 1 reroll, and that is ridiculously expensive. Like, if it does work, it's good. But the problem is, unless you're like super good at flying them, it's you're probably only going to get 1 HLC shot, and then you're into the scrum trying to get out and loop around.
And okay, so
if you're really good, you'll get 2. Chances are you're not getting more than that.
Let's throw in the mix the fact that you're not going to put the title on it. You're not going to use extra munitions. We're going to get into that, and it's a perfect transition.
Yeah, and that's something else to really think about. Out in North Carolina, all of those gunboats, not a single title in the top 8.
Right.
Like that's the thing that surprised me the most.
Well, it doesn't surprise me all that much, because if you take a look at what you just said about the HLC with the link battery and the title for 10 points, if you can get a harpoon missile with a guidance chip and go and throw that twice in a match on a ship that you're only spending 4 points on for 4 attack dice instead of 10, and you get to use the guidance chip to change a blank, you're getting damn near the same efficiency out of your attack dice, and you're paying a hell of a lot less for it.
Yeah, I completely agree, and that's why I'm gonna try a gunboat while I'm out in New Jersey on vacation, and I'm doing the harpoon, because I'm just looking at it. I'm like, harpoon 4 dice, HLC 4 dice. Why am I paying this big difference for something that I can reload when I'm coming back around? I don't need to be a high pilot skill. I get the harpoon condition, and it's just everything about it is better.
Too.
Yeah,
it's just.
And granted, you're probably gonna spend it because a lot of the builds out there don't have guidance chips. They're running long range scanner, so they can get the target lock and a focus. Because statistically, with a target lock and focus, you're probably going to get your 4 hits anyways. Like if you just do one of those and chips, then you're doing the gamble of do I need the target lock because I'm expecting to have to reroll more, or do you go Deadeye and focus and just hope and pray you only have one blank? And that's not a great gamble to be making. You want to have the double action.
Yep. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why that we're seeing these gunboats become really, really popular in 2s and 3s, is because they're a cheap, really efficient secondary weapon carrier. You can put missiles on them, and they'll hit like a hammer because they can slam and still, and reload. And we've already figured out that the reload is nothing to shake a stick at for getting your ordnance back, especially when you have multiples of them out there.
Yeah, and if you're running at a low enough pilot skill, like a lot of those guys were running the new pilots down at pilot skill 2. So then after they fired off their missile, they would go in and put themselves in a place to block, do their reload action, and as everybody slams into them, it's like, oh no, I'm not going to get a shot anyways. Now I've reloaded. Now let's come back around for another shot.
Yeah. See, I mean, if you think about how you're going to be bringing your formation of these in, or you're not even going to be flying them in formation because that doesn't make sense for the counter batch, you expect to lose one of the 3 in the engagement. And quick draw is he's going to do quick draw things and just hammer something. And then if you don't kill one of their ships in exchange for one of yours to have the ability to fly your other 2 away to reload to come back into the fight, I mean, it just makes complete sense to me. It almost makes me want to change over to the Empire because I'm a big fan of Alpha Strike, and right now they've got the best out there for the point value.
Definitely. They really do, and it's terrifying.
Because they got 7 hit points and 2 agility. I mean, that's 2 less than a scout, but scouts were more expensive. Now you're getting quick draw on 3 little scouts that can slam.
I mean, I would argue there's significant differences there, but I mean that's a whole tangent. But
I'm talking jousting just a secondary weapon. Yeah, jousting missile breakdown, not dial or whatever. Just large base, small base, just secondary weapon carrier.
It's like the only thing that's really hurting gunboats right now is their ability to get out of the fight and back in, and then come around for that second barrage. They are just absurdly powerful on the initial engagement, but when you're trying to loop them back around and come back in, that's when you're going to have pain.
Well, even then, though, Chris, let's say you're running 2 of them with Kylo. You fly both of them in, you nuke something with 3 of your ships, you lose one of the other new fighters, the other one's coming around, and he's reloading. You have Kylo in there, a mini point fortress for the Empire that's going to be taking out another ship all on his own by the time the other one comes around, and you're securing, what, 3/4 of your points right there, just in that time frame.
The only thing it's going to hurt against is if you're coming up against another jousting list, and that's what I played against a guy who had Kylo this past weekend, and I managed to take out one of his gunboats before it shot, and then next round I took out another gunboat, and he only had 2 gunboats in Kylo, so I had my entire list with only a few shields gone against his Kylo. But then him being a really good pilot, he soloed my whole damn list with Kylo. I managed to squeeze. It came down right to time, and he took out my quick draw to get him up on points, and I could have ran with
your small little arcs there without getting a shot, or what happened?
Oh yeah, because it's just there's a finite number of places that quick draw can go, because he's got his maneuver and then a barrel roll. So even him being at pilot skill 11, Kylo is able to just say, okay, all of his possible places, there's a lot of places that can screw me over, so I'll just get the hell out of Dodge. Or he can he can say, okay, you can't be here, so I'm going to go there and just beat the hell out of you. And with being at pilot skill 11, you're probably going to get the I'll show you the dark side title on you. And if the Kylo Ren player doesn't immediately tell you to grab the pilot skill 0 crit, then he's completely doing it wrong, because that's what he did to me. And man, quick draw at pilot skill 0 is just bad.
So
it was
I want to talk a little strategy with you with these lists. So like, let's say you have 2 new squadron pilots, and then you have Kylo, and that's what you see set up across the table from you. I want to help some of our listeners out as far as what is your primary target. What is the one that you want to take out for?
The thing that's scary to kill Kylo, because honestly, all you're looking at is how can I beat down points so that Kylo wins on points. That is your initial objective, and then the secondary objective is now I want to table the person. So you're
2 phantoms, baby.
Yeah.
2 phantoms.
So like when I went against Kylo and Double Gunboat, he went straight after Kestal, because he knew if Kestal was able to do his TLTs on Kylo, he would burn him down eventually. It would take forever, but he'd burn him down eventually. And while I was taking out those 2 gunboats, he basically secluded Kestal away, got into his range 1 bubble, never let up, and killed him before I could get the other 2 back into play. And that's what absolutely murdered me in that game.
Now,
so
when I
would you say
and said 2 phantoms, you guys were probably thinking like the Imperial Phantoms, but no, it's the attack shuttle Phantoms.
No one should even own 2 of those. But
no. It's the attack shuttle, the Sheathipede, baby.
Or
it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good.
No, it's not.
of course, the Astrobix don't work on my Y-wings.
They do, just not the way you want them to.
Catch me up. Technology hates me today, so we are still on the gunboats, obviously, and how the fact that they are super resilient, tough, hit hard, and just can wreck
and almost
anything.
Make me want to fly them. Almost make me want to fly them.
So just to finish up with what we were talking about there, Chris, would you, before the new squadrons are able to take shots, you have to kind of resist the fear of taking those shots to put as much damage into Kylo as possibly can? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, if Kylo's out there and you get the opportunity, you need to slam into him, like going against Kylo. Yeah, you need to just like blast into him as fast as possible, because like those gunboats, unless you have a very specific list that those gunboats are gonna just trash, you need Kylo gone. Because his whole strategy, like the gunboat strategy with Kylo, is kill enough that Kylo wins. And that's it. You don't care if they live or die. You just want to kill enough that Kylo wins. Now, the downside of that is that you're ending up with very little MOV if you're going that strategy, which is actually what got me my 3rd place, because my gunboat versus his Kylo, it was only a spread of 17 points. So that got me a really good MOV. Like between that and my 2 other games, I tabled the people. So
let's change it up real quick and make it a real quick conversation. But if they have the quick draw and 3 gunboat variant, what's your primary target on that one then?
You have to strip all of quick draw shields in one go.
Yes.
If you can do that, then you're going to be sitting pretty. Because allowing him to get more of those double taps is very bad.
Never fire on quick draw unless you're damn positive you're going to win the trade-off, and only take 1 second shot from him. Make sure you hit him hard first, and then hit him with everything you got.
So here's a question. Obviously, we're seeing the Empire dominate regionals, right? I mean, that's kind of there's what three or four lists in every top 8.
Right. It's early. How
many
right
regionals
now
have we had? Was it what was
Had
it?
4,
Or
I
just
think.
one?
3 or 4.
I mean, since the last wave dropped.
Oh,
Two.
Was it just North Carolina or?
No, there was another one.
It was across the pond, I think.
Yeah, it was an international.
They don't count.
Poland, I
It
think.
was Poland.
Spain
where the
Spain had a
Manglers-
68-person regional, or not regional, just an other tournament. Yeah,
Because
just God, those are so
they're
big.
faux system open.
Sweden
See, our
had
10
a
cents a day
62.
did it, boys. Our 10 cents a day did it. That one was OCX sponsors.
Rochester was on the 9th, so I don't think they had. Oh no, they did.
They should have. They dropped on the 7th.
Their winning list was Quick Draw, Inquisitor, and Omega Leader. So nothing new. That's interesting.
So what I'm saying is it gonna kind of go? It was kind of like what year was that? Where was it last year? Where it was like Empire's dead, and then all these store championships started going, and like Empire was winning store championships. But then when it got to regional, it was like, nope, it's Scum and Rebels back again. And is it gonna be like people are gonna figure it out?
Well, I definitely think
auto
that
blasters everywhere.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the thing where we're trying to see what the counter is going to be, and when the first tournament where one of these things drops, you see a lot of them and they dominate, but then you start seeing the counters, and the trick is finding a counter that can survive all the other stuff as well. So one of the counters we're seeing is the stress meta. Yep. So the Sheathipede with R3A2 or stress bots out there, and Zach Matthews is really pushing hard for his stress bot list that he's trying to do now. I don't quite understand it yet, but he claims it's absolutely freaking awesome. So we'll see. Countermeasures and glitter stim on Asajj is just running in there and tanking stuff. And stripping those target locks so that the gunboats can't fire.
That's what I would think. It's and then you get to play the mind game of like, okay, what's the counter to the counter of the Imperials? What?
Right.
Obviously, a good Imperial player is going to be able to get through just about everything, but we're not all good Imperial players, so.
Yeah, and that's one of the things with this, and like since it's so new, and these lists require skill. Quick Draw, Kylo, those guys require skill. So you're not going to be able to pick this up and just go out there and fly it to perfection.
No.
Because I mean, if everybody was good at a PTL advanced sensor ship, I mean everybody would be Nathan Idy. I mean, so, and it's not going to be that easy. Now, with Kylo, it's a little bit easier because he's got a better dial and he's got auto thrusters. So that puts it a little more like it's less difficult. And then gunboats being there just to plow the way for him helps. So I mean that's going to be pretty good. But you still need skill to do it. So get out there and practice if you're wanting to do it.
What is the gunboats? It's 4 hull, 2 shields? Yeah.
It is 4 hull, 3 shields. So 7 health total.
Oh, that's so beefy.
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
It's really hard to alpha strike one of these things before it gets to shoot, especially if it's rolling in with a focus, because it can always just abandon whatever ideal it had and drop the focus to survive, and then just run with the target lock.
But it needs a wingman with it, because if it sticks its nose too far out, formation going, you just make it go away.
Yeah, I can
Right,
see that.
yeah.
It needs the other threat to like to where you're going against. You're like, oh my god, it's Kylo. We gotta go kill Kylo, and then like these guys just come in and just, well, you went for the wrong target.
And especially with the two gunboat list, you don't have the ability to lose one and just laugh it off. With the 3 gunboat list, you can just joust all day, and I don't care what you're sitting across the table from me with. I'm going to joust you, and I'm going to win. Whereas with the Kylo one, you only have 2 gunboats, so you kind of want to bait a little bit with Kylo, and like sending them just jousting, depending upon the list you're going after, is a little more terrifying.
All right.
Did we lose Kyle?
No, I don't know where he is.
He's
Probably yelling at somebody. Who knows?
Is it my computer's turn to die next?
You know what pisses me off about my computer is it doesn't tell me. It's like, hey, you got a low battery. You should probably plug this son bitch in. It's just like, nope, you die. I'm like, thank God for restore pages and
that's self-inflicted, Code.
I know.
If you have a computer as old as mine, it won't turn on
without the cord plugged in.
Oh, right.
Usually mine doesn't, but I don't know what's going on with it. It's weird. Did we get to? Okay, so obviously, what's being paired with him? We went through that, or did we not? I mean, went through a lot of Kylo. Went through a lot of quick draw. Vader, you're seeing some Vader with it, but I don't know.
A little bit, and that's just to get to the high PS and still have it. And then also it gives you the ability to have the crit, because Vader's ability, dishes out crits. So you can go in and, fire all those harpoons and then just start popping them off.
You know what I am surprised about is you're not seeing Kylo the crew a lot.
Good.
I thought hands down the Kylo crew card is way better than the pilot, right? I mean, am I wrong there?
Definitely. The ability on the crew card is better than the ability on the pilot.
Listening to Tyler the other day talking about it, where the test pilot, along with Ragno,
yep,
he said that just makes perfect that line because the crew is so much better than what the pilot card is.
See, if I was going to run it, that's what I would run. I'd run Blackout, the Black Rack.
And especially with Blackout, if you have one of those ships that is a higher pilot skill than Blackout that you're really terrified of, that's where you throw Rack in there and be like, your pilot skill 0 now.
You're now. I mean, I have 16 hull to try to get 1 crit through on you, and then you're like, you're 0 now.
Yep.
So, it's just you're not seeing it in the list. So there must be something. Now, the gunboats are just going to eat that decimator alive.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, a smart player should be able to. I mean, that's the problem is you got to put experimental interface on it now, and you can't put your engine upgrade. So it's rough.
You just got to get better at kiting, I think.
Either that, or you go to a PTL rack, and then that's the wrong idea. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like if you want that answer, you just go listen to Scum and Villainy and do whatever Tyler Tippett tells you to. Right, Mark?
Well, I don't, but
Yeah, but he's the hero of the Empire. Come on.
And he has all the award and everything, and just want to get us
Can we not make a T-shirt with like a silhouette of Tyler Tippett and just says, "Can you be my hero, baby?"
Have you seen how tall he is? A silhouette will not fit on a T-shirt.
He's right there with me. He's like got maybe an inch on me. That's about it.
He's 6'7".
Inch is evidently all of the skill.
Fuck. Burn! Fucking burn! God damn it. No, it's all the short shirts that he wears. He only wears like men's extra small large or something like that.
No,
it's
he just wears So his butt crack hangs out all the
You
time.
will
Yeah,
always-
I know.
You will always know what kind of underwear Tyler Tippett's wearing if you're playing in an
Or
X-Wing
not.
tournament. He's usually wearing underwear, Mark. Come on.
It's
Kyle,
never
come back.
covering
The content is
anything up.
slipping. Oh, damn it.
Oh, that's funny.
So where were we?
We were going with Kylo Crew is still better than the Kylo pilot. Vader is. You're going with Vader for the PS, but the problem is with Vader is if you run against another Kylo, a PS0
Yeah.
Vader sucks.
I just really the fact that Vader has made such a strong comeback, which gives me hope for some of the other first wave ships to start coming back as well.
Yeah, because he had like a week after that Raider came out, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's like Vader, he's so good." And then FFG went, "Have you seen this Inquisitor guy?" And it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit!" Like,
And then they're like, "Hey guys, have you heard of TLTs?
lol, lol.
We priced it just right. You could have 4 of them in a list."
Way to not have auto thrusters.
Yeah, and not have auto thrusters. Oh. Okay, so I would say yes, all 3 of those are valid. I mean, you could even throw Test Pilot Blackout. No, you got to have the high PS.
Yeah, because you have to have a closer. Is what?
Yeah,
you're
you got to have a
really
closer.
looking for there.
And Blackout, as much as I love him, unless he is the highest PS on the board, it's just not going to happen.
And I'm not seeing anything else in here of like stuff that they've flown with them. Yeah. So somebody did a Kylo Ren backdraft countdown list, and double silencer and countdown.
Wait! I gotta call out. I think we have a new viewer, Sam S. Sam S. He says, "Come for tactics discussions. Stay for discussions about Tyler's underwear." And right away, our ruthless live chat crew goes, "You came here for tactics? You're braver than I thought."
Like clearly,
done,
you
Nick.
only
Well
saw
done.
last episode.
Oh yeah. If last episode was your first episode, I'm sorry. Oh man! But
Like,
welcome to the fold, Sam S.
And welcome to Kyle.
It's
Hey,
gonna be Kyle's back.
Is he?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. He ain't
Oh,
happy
there he
about
is.
it. So,
Grumpy elf.
so Kyle, you're just in time to bring us back into the conversation of, so we've talked about like
Underwear.
gunboats being here and crushing things.
Short shirts.
So
We talked about
what's
short
gone?
shirts and underwear.
Like,
You're gone for 5 seconds, and
Gotta
I just
get-
fucking steer this bitch right off the road.
and I'm
Back
strong
where
arming
we
it
were.
back on. Like,
There you
Kyle,
go.
what's gone from the meta?
What do we see that has gone from the meta? Give me 1 second. I'm just getting everything fired back up, yet somehow my computer got turned off.
I'm not
'cause
the
it
only one that
wasn't
sucks at
plugged
technology.
in.
Okay. So some of the things that have disappeared that we aren't seeing in the top fold now that the gunboats are everywhere. You're not seeing the Wookiees. The Wookiees don't want to be flying in formation with the harpoons that these efficient secondary weapon carriers are flying. You don't see Miranda around, except in Poland, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, Miranda's still good. It just has to be done significantly differently because you no longer have the protection of the Wookiees, of Biggs, because they're just going to be able to do the alpha strike, and the harpoons are going to hurt them. A really good player with Biggs can still figure it out based on when and how they trigger Biggs. There was a big discussion about that somewhere.
I think Biggs could be big.
Exactly how to do
I
it.
still think it's going to be harder for Miranda even if at this point, because Miranda's always hated with that one agility, a good, efficient Alpha Strike. If you're talking a list that has 3 cheap Alpha Strikers with Quick Draw staring down Miranda, because Quick Draw is a higher pilot skill, and let's face it, if you have 3 of those guys slamming wherever they want to, and let's say they have Deadeye, Miranda's screwed. She's going to be left with like 1 hit point if she's lucky. You know, if I like that. I like the fact that Miranda can eat a couple missiles and never come back to the meta. I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, the downside of that, you know, you can take her down to 1 health, but then on the next turn they pop bigs, and that's more time for Miranda to start regenerating, and that's, you know, you gotta get back on her and stay there, so that you actually take her down, because
Right.
A ship with 1 health is just as dangerous as a fully ready ship.
But if you got 4 ships on the board, if you get her lined up with all 3 of your missile carriers and quick draw, she's not going to live. But even if you're only able to hit her with 2 of your gunboats and then have the 3rd one that wasn't able to catch her an arc, you should be able to find a way to hit her again. But that's just depending on who's flying the squad.
I think a good Miranda player will still be able to outmaneuver the gunboats. Should, anyway. I mean, if you got to give up a round of shooting.
The point is that you're outmaneuvering so much that you're no longer doing your bomb dropping. You're no longer firing a missile with Miranda. So what are you doing? You're just a TLT and a point fortress.
Baiting players who don't know better.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. In any large tournament, you're going to have a majority of the crew of the field being like, "Oh my God, it's Miranda! We gotta go! We gotta kill her!" While somebody else just comes up like, "Okay, sweet."
Yeah, but I'll be surprised if you see like the triple or quad Wookiees really continuing. Just because them sticking together so much is going to be really hard for them.
Is Nim dead? I mean, not dead. Listen, Nim's always good.
I've seen people flying him with auto blaster turret instead of TLT now.
For
just
the Rebel
because,
or the Scum?
Probably both.
Well, specifically the one that I saw was Rebel with Dash, but it wasn't a spectacular list. So,
Okay.
but as far as like higher meta lists, I'm not sure.
I think Rebel Nim is worse off than Scum Nim, but altogether, low agility ships, they just don't care for Alpha Strike much, and especially if you're staring down the barrel of a potential retaliation shot from quick draw and 4 highly efficient harpoon missiles.
Yeah,
I don't like any of it.
I guess the one thing you do get from the Rebel Nim is being able to drop those bombs for area denial and make them so that they aren't blowing up.
Yep.
And so you're just leaving them out there of hey, if you want to send your Kylo over here or your gunboats over here, you're going to take hits.
But like, let's say they're using a thermal detonator, or they're using bomblet generator. That's only 2 damage on a 7 hit point ship. As far as area denial, if you need to take that Alpha Strike on him, and he's only loaded with an auto blaster turret, I would gladly trade taking a bomblet generator to the face and an auto blaster shot nuking off their 45-point Nim.
Right,
so,
and that's kind of where it is. You have to fly it like a champ, because like even in my game where I played against this, I was able to just sloop out of the way with my quick draw, and then I was like, okay, now I'm behind your guy far enough that you're never going to bomb me again, and I'm just going to take my time chasing you, plinking you away because you don't have TLT.
Right, because they have a 1 forward, don't they? and you can move just as slow as he can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so what has returned? Fen? Really? Has Fen returned?
Oh yeah, Fen has definitely returned because
Yep.
he can finally like get in the face of lists because he's not worried about the fortresses that are Wookiees and Bigs and
I
Miranda and stuff
suppose.
like that.
Yeah, you're.
And
So
Nim screws him up.
everything's having to not fly next to each other so much that and with significantly less bombs out there, Fen is just back for a vengeance.
And it's true. If you're not all huddled together, Fen's just gonna pick you off left and right. Yeah, we're seeing a bunch of. I've been seeing, Asajj is big. Asajj is back. Fen, I think is a good fit. Mathweek, baby, Mathweek. He's still good. He's still good.
Week is
He's good. He's good.
Oh,
he's not bad. Like it's
See,
the
we're
benefit
slowly
of having
convincing
it's the benefit of having the highest pilot skill thing out there. And from what I've experienced now, I think the advanced sensors is better. Like people are going fire control systems because they want the action economy.
Sure.
That they're losing by not having pushed the limit and an EPT out there.
Right.
So
Yes.
people are going that direction, but I think if you have advanced sensors, it allows you to do that curvy barrel roll that gives you a lot more options, and
So
that's
good.
what I experienced seeing somebody fly him with. And like what you need, you need better stuff than Thweek with Thweek to make Thweek beneficial.
Oh, yeah.
That's 3 if you're playing the drinking game at home.
Oh, fuck. I'm only taking
so-
one. I got whiskey.
But yeah, so for instance, this list that was at our tournament was 3 chemos and Thweek.
Okay,
And
I am going to
Love it.
officially announce that it is not the Chemogi, the Kimagila way. They're just the chemos.
yeah, that's what I've been calling them because they stop the cancer that's on the other side. Yeah, so
You heard it here first, folks. They're now pronounced the chemos.
So he was flying 3 of them in Thweek, and then he just Thweeked up to the highest pilot skill, and just flew his B wings. I mean, scum Camigulas, into the fray, because they are B wings, and just slammed them into everybody else's list, and did the same thing that you're doing with gunboats and Kylo. You just try to burn off as much as you can. And then have enough left over to win on time. So he was doing that exact same thing, and he even said, "Who knew that what B wings always needed was flying with Soontir Fel?"
Yes.
Could you imagine if you had 3 B wings and Soontir Fel? That's essentially what he was doing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Fantastic.
it worked pretty well. There were a couple lists that gave him hell. The double gunboat Kylo, he ended up beating it, but it came down really close, like super bonkers close. And then also Dash was ripping him to shreds, but that game took a turn for the worst because of stuff I won't discuss.
Would it be safe to say? Would it be safe to say with these gunboats and these gunboats that not Kylo. What was I going to say? Oh, Dash Cornhorn wouldn't be a bad idea again.
Like Corrin is he's got to be able to get the hell out of Dodge when those gunboats start getting him trapped. But the Dash is definitely pretty good there. The only problem is when you start getting lists like the 3 with quick draw, I think it would be a lot easier to like pin down Dash and make him pay. The 2 with Kylo is a little bit better. Then you just have to be able to hit Kylo.
Right.
Now I know it's jumping the gun because technically there's only what two regionals, three regionals, maybe whatever. Is it the gunboat meta?
Well, I think Kyle hit the nail on the head a couple episodes where he said that they're just so popular they are going to be the meta. You have to accept that they're the meta because they're so
Right.
popular, and
Correct.
everybody's going to fly them and be happy about them. So I'm wondering, is like once people settle down and really start figuring things out, what it's going to end up being. I think you're already kind of seeing that with the refinement of the gunboat. You know, everybody gets these things is like, oh, which title are you going to put on it? And everybody in North Carolina who's good went, none of them.
None of them.
Like, God, are you serious? Like, and then they did it, and they did it well. It's like,
Harpoons,
that's terrifying.
done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's like, man, so you're just going to put guidance ships on there and hit them hard? It's like, nah, long range scanners. Like, don't you fear that'll make it predictable? It's like, yeah, I'm still going to kill it. They did the thing. They did it. Like,
Didn't they put lightweight frame on it?
no,
No.
like just long range scanners. It's like that.
Yeah.
Done.
Huh.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
5
it is
bombers.
super cheap.
5 bombers, unguided rockets for the win.
Oh god, that list did suck. That was
yeah. So North Carolina regional, 60 people. Chris Allen won because Duncan, refused to slay his master. They got to the final match, and he just said, I already have a regional win, whatever. So,
oh, what? Is that how that went down?
yes, it did.
The fuck?
Because it was Chris Allen versus Duncan in the final.
I know it was Chris Allen versus Duncan, but I didn't know he just
Yeah,
fucking
it's like
folded.
well, it's like what's the point of playing? You're wasting everybody's time for a game that neither of you really care about. I mean, what's the point? But yeah, Chris Allen was running 3 news with long range scanners and harpoons. That's it. Really stripped down. And then he had quick draw with all the quick draw things: veteran instincts, spec ops training, fire control systems, and lightweight frame. So yeah, it's just brutal.
I would have actually liked to have seen that game.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
Duncan doesn't like being recorded. Like, he really hates being recorded.
Fuck
Like,
him. Who cares?
The only time you can really get him and like force him to be recorded is when it's a final table.
Final table.
Otherwise, if it's in like round 4 and they're like, oh, Duncan, you're on the feature match. He's like, nope, don't want to be. Like, he'll throw a fit until he's not. Like, and okay.
Wow.
I guess it's working for him because
Yeah, I guess. Jeez. All right. So counter ideas. We're gonna go with counter ideas here. Counter ideas to the cheap harpoons, hit like a truck, and the ace that backs him up.
bring the mirror match.
Yeah. And fly better.
Interesting
Right.
enough, yes. We got listed here. Countermeasures is a counter to that.
Yeah,
but
we talked about that with Asajj. The time walk Asajj, as they say, with double glitter stem and countermeasures.
Countermeasures.
Being able to just mitigate so much damage. So
do you put countermeasures on dash? I guess so. You're already PTL dash anyway. Aren't you?
Well, either PTL dash or Lone Wolf dash. Those are the two that are big out there, and definitely countermeasures are big. I didn't have countermeasures when I was flying one time, and there were multiple times that I got target locked, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh hell, this would be so much nicer if I didn't have that target lock on me."
What do you think it would be worth investing points into a scavenger crane? If you're running a dash,
Maybe.
you
Like
can get
depends upon what the meta is sitting around you, because I find that I just don't proc scavenger crane enough for it to really be beneficial. It's like by the time that I'm eliminating ships to be getting scavenger crane, the game's pretty much decided there anyways.
Okay.
So, maybe. And like, especially if we're sitting in a 2-ship list meta, which I guess it's kind of opening up to 3 and 4 a little bit. So maybe it's got a little bit more value.
Right. Because you're going to be killing more ships, and it could proc more often.
Right. But the downside is you're probably only bringing 2 ships, so procking off of your own ships isn't going to happen very often.
Okay, I don't know who put expert handling on here because that's just no, it's not going to happen.
Well, like technically, it gets rid of target locks,
Right.
but
yes, it does. But
you're not dragging that out of the back of the book.
the black one title is going to be popular, especially
and
with
that goes along with Dash.
Yeah.
Dash Poe is a great combination, and yeah, that black one title like really screws with people,
especially with advanced optics Poe these days. So
yeah, advanced optics Poe is
it's a
just
legit
gotta
force
be good.
to be
I haven't gotten to run it. Farmer says it's awesome, and I can't see myself running anything else. I've talked to one person who says he thinks it's a trap, but he's not Admiral Akbar, so I don't believe him.
I do think what was surprising for me is you didn't see the new flight assist Wes.
Yeah, you've seen some flight assist. What was the one in Texas? Brent Wong did really good in Texas with a flight assist something.
I mean, Wes Jansen cures all these problems. I mean, he totally eliminates one gunboat from shooting at you.
Right.
Or he makes Kylo or whoever really easy to hit after that.
The problem with him is what use is he when you come across Asajj, Fenn, and whatever? I mean, he's no longer super useful.
It's a bad matchup there. It's a bad matchup.
That he falls into the category of probably good, hard counter, not really good tournament counter.
No, he's a great hard counter to the one list that everyone's seeing right now, but everything else he's like, yeah.
Right.
Rig cargo shoots, jump master. There's I still think
the Matrix with him.
If you're good with it, Kyle, I'm leaving this one up to you. You're the only one that I know could do this, but yeah, I mean it's totally possible.
Yeah, I mean as far as it goes, I'm doing some math here right now. You do the trick shot K4 security droid rig cargo shoot. You have 3 of them in your list. You just run it straight in their face, stress the hell out of them, and then just take advantage of the fact that you're going to be in range 1 blocking and getting target locks and extra attack dice, and having that countermeasures to make sure that you strip their long range scanner target lock on your engagement and get an additional agility dice. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to try it. It would suck against everything else except for that. So maybe you'd only want one of them in there as an efficient blocker who will survive and still put out damage for 33 points. And then fit in other pieces to deal with it. Just an idea.
I think that's one for those people who have been playing Jump Masters like for a long time and they're damn good with Jump Masters. So making this switch, might be something that they'll do. But for people just going, oh man, these gunboats are out there everywhere, I should jump on Jump Masters. Like maybe take a pass. Leave it to the people who know them way too well.
Right. See, I've flown them quite a bit, so I could transition into a countermeasure trick shot rig cargo K4 security droid jump master in my list. I just have to find some stuff to go with it. Not saying that's what I'm going to do, but.
I think the last thing we have on here is just stress control. Having tactician, having R3A2, those things are going to be able to, get these things so that, sure, you're still going to get hit with the brutal initial strike, but after that, you won't, they won't be able to come around for another pass. You can shut down Kylo. If you catch him once, you're going to shut him down. Like it takes a long time for him to come back around. I mean, I experienced that in my match. I caught Kylo in a spot where he had to pull a Talon roll onto a debris, and it double stressed him, and it almost won me the game because I was able to burn down like 15 minutes just running to the other corner of the map while he was trying to shed stress. Unfortunately, he's just so damn fast that once he got rid of his stress, in like one turn, he was like, okay, boost, barrel roll, 5 straight, in your face, dead, I win. I'm like, damn it. But yeah,
a valiant effort.
Yeah, it was. And I was very sad, but it was a pretty nuts game. But yeah, so the stress meta is out there, and then there's always just the time old idea of just knowing your range control and going from outside range 3 into inside range 1, because at range 1 they're only firing 3 dice, so you're probably winning that battle. So if you can manage to like jump that range gap, then you're probably doing pretty good.
Yep. What do you think about the strategy of staying close to him and trying to lure him into the corner of a map?
Well, yeah, I mean, if you can get these things into a corner, and that's one of the things that I like doing with my strategies. I really hate jousting, so I like starting on opposite corners and then just trying to do the swirl thing until you find the point of, okay, now, and hopefully I can get myself a good lane where I can come and get that kill box with all my ships, and you can't. So then you're stopping them from getting all of their gunboats with guns on you, and you're able to have all of your ships burn down their gunboats one at a time before they can really get to you.
Yeah, well, and if you stay close to them, you'd already mentioned that you're not letting them fire their ordnance, because it has to be range 2 to 3, and then it makes it harder for them to slam in and out of that corner. They can't do anything. They don't have a Talon roll or K-turn. So it just makes it
the
hard
best turnaround they have is hard 2 slam hard 2.
Right. So it just makes it hard for them in a corner to do that. So
okay. Well, I'm empty, so I got to refill.
Right. So am I. So we're going to go into the OCX bumping music.
Commercial. Where's Chris Rock when you need him?
Yeah. So I'm going to have to tell Coach, since he's the one that said he's going to edit this thing, that when my computer got mysteriously shut off, that I lost my Audacity file.
Oh, so shit.
He's just going to have to use the YouTube.
Did Coach lose his too?
Probably.
Okay.
And I'm the only one working right tonight. Damn it.
No, I am too. Chico's never wrong.
Coach, did you hear that?
No, he can't hear anything. He's too busy pouring Seagrams.
Yeah, I gotta go get another beer too.
Yep, get another beer. Get another beer. For all the people on the podcast or on the live chat, if you really like hoppy beers, try Space Station Middle Finger, an American Pale Ale. This is by 3 Floyds. If you're big into hoppy stuff, it's kind of awesome and has like a wicked awesome logo. It's pretty cool.
Hey, We got a new subscriber to the YouTube channel, Mystic83.
What?
Hey, Mystic83.
Hey.
Thanks, man.
It's a person.
For me.
So, okay, I'm going to get another beer.
Get another beer. Bump, bump, bump. No, I'm not going to do that.
Thank you.
Oh, Keith. It's just Kiefer.
Yeah.
Wait,
Seen
no what?
Mystic before.
Well, Kiefer, how can you be Kiefer and Mystic83 at the same time? It's my other account. Hey, we accept all alternate accounts at the same time. We don't judge or I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Dude, I am having bad technology luck tonight. Like my headset wants to go out and like I gotta recharge it and computer fucking drops out of the middle of nowhere.
Kyle said he lost some of his Audacity file.
He should have been able to like just restart it.
But the time he was down, he lost all that.
Well, I did the same thing. My whole computer shut down, and all I had to do was start Audacity. It says restore files, and it was like it almost cut out. All right, it restored everything almost where it cut out at. So
I wonder if he ever restarted. Or if he just went, oh shit, it wasn't worth it, so he never restarted.
Oh fuck! That means I got to do the YouTube audio. Which
and snaps are useless.
Why?
Because if you had to restart, all the timing's off.
We'll snap again at the end, or during the commercial break.
Well, we'll see what Kyle says. I feel like it's going to be useless, and just go with the YouTube.
I think that's just going to be YouTube. Why was I not at the tournament Sunday? Because I had children, and Aaron Rodgers came back, and I probably could have been a better time at the tournament. Fucking Geronimo Allison, Jesus.
I had a tournament. It was fun.
Yes,
me too.
But no, I am putting out. Yeah, don't laugh, Kiefer. Don't laugh. It was not funny.
Man, poor guy I had to face round one. I put a harpoon onto his gunboat, and then he flew all of his ships into range 1 of that gunboat, and I blew it up. I'm like, what are you doing? This is not good.
Whoops.
Yeah, there were a few mistakes in that game, and I've known the guy from tournaments. He's a really nice guy, so I felt bad kind of, dumpstering him there. But it's like, man, if you put blackout at range 2 right in front of my HLC gunboat, you're gonna have a bad time. I ended up winning a TIE silencer at that tournament. So, yeah.
Do you now have 2?
Yes, I have 2. I'm contemplating, like, high on my priority list is just donating it to the Campaign Against Cancer for prizes there.
There you go. That'd be cool.
And then there's the Grinch in me that wants to just give a middle finger to FFG and sell it to somebody for $14.99.
We should have that as like a prize. But they still have to pay $14.95 for it. You win a TIE silencer for the beautiful price of $14.95.
Right. It'd be hilarious.
We'll set up like a Plinko board, and like everything else is $14.95, but the center is like $30.
and right on the outside of the 30 is 220s.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, here we go. Rules question.
Yep. Strong hammer.
If Sabine is mandatory, does she get used when the first token of cluster mine is removed, and in which order are the mines removed? Oh, that's always a fun one. The mines are removed. First of all, the mines are removed in any order you want to. There's no particular order that has to happen. Yes, Sabine is mandatory. Just keep playing her the way everybody's been playing her for the past 2 years. Use it on whichever bomb you want to. Basically, not making it mandatory, even though it's mandatory. But nobody's ever played it that way, so just keep going. Otherwise, if you make it mandatory, there's a strong argument for it should happen on the first token that comes up, because otherwise, are you saying, I know this is mandatory, but I promise I'm going to do it later? So yeah, it's really weird. So you just fucking ignore it. Just sweep it under the rug.
Chico, you opened the fucking floodgates, man.
Oh god, what do we
What
have
is
now?
the order for Kylo, Blinded Pilot, and Quick Draw?
Non-attack effects happen first. Attack effects happen second. So if Kylo puts Blinded onto Quick Draw does not get to fire back, but does get to flip down Blinded Pilot if they so choose. So yeah, that was an easy one. Get good.
Icy titties. Oh God!
Ooh.
Why did he have to be shirtless in a fucking? Oh,
No spoilers.
Christ.
No spoilers.
Oh. It was like looking in the mirror. I mean, nobody wants to see my icy titties. It's not looking in the mirror. I got a solid half a B cup going on right now, guys. I need to get back.
What are you reading, Coach? What are you reading?
I'm reading the chat. He says if Quick Draw has been shown Kylo's icy titties, and then I just stopped reading and I went, oh yeah, he was naked in Last Jedi. Spoilers, totally naked, head to toe.
Yeah,
it's true what they say about people with big ears.
There was a lot more
big man titties.
There were way more exposed breasts in that movie than I was expecting. Like almost exactly 6 more than I was expecting.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. I did not need to see my hero from childhood milking some titties. I just didn't need that.
No, I totally appreciated that scene. It was great.
Like, I appreciated the blue milk thing.
We got to stop the spoilers. Save the spoilers till the end.
Okay,
yes,
fine.
Yes.
Blue milk.
So
blue milk
at the end of all this, for everybody on the YouTubes, at the end of all this, we're gonna stop the recording. We'll keep the YouTube going, and then we'll just go spoiler filled.
What recording?
Well, yeah, and we discussed that. Did you ever restart your Audacity?
He takes his headphones off.
Kyle, did you ever restart your Audacity?
No, I didn't, because then
during break, we were told by Coach that if you went to restart Audacity, it would say, oh, we noticed that your computer crashed, but we saved the file. So we're picking up where we left off. So you could have.
Mine's not doing that right now.
Okay. Well, he's just going to have to pull it down off YouTube.
Yep.
With Threat Tracker, what counts as activating? Example is the coordinate action from the ghost at the start of the combat count as activating. No, activating is when it comes to be your turn in the attack order. You go,
Yes.
okay, now this ship activates. And yes, it's a mandatory thing, so you cannot forget to fire with a ship. That's a common misconception.
Yep.
Although you can, if you somehow magically activate the ship and then forget to fire, you're just bad at the game, I guess.
The Dora the Explorer thing that we talked about.
What?
No, the Dory or whatever from Finding Nemo, not Explorer. Wow. Remember the fish thing with the short-term memory?
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
You know, Dora always calls herself an explorer, but if you notice, she's always going somewhere that there's already a map to. So how's she
Yeah.
really exploring? And there's always people already there. It's like, you're not an explorer. You're just a person going to visit other people.
You're an adventurer, not an explorer.
Yeah. So dumb. That's great content right there.
That's right. That's what we get when we're waiting around for Coach, and then he gets to edit all this junk out.
Stronghammer's getting all bitchy. Shooting isn't mandatory. No, shooting is not mandatory. Activating is mandatory. Shooting is part of activating. There you go.
Brilliant idea, by the way.
But it was never a distinction because activating never had any trigger until now.
We could do the shit show as next week's episode, and we could have a week off.
Yeah.
What show is going to be the shit show? I'm
After where we discussed the movie.
Well, then we better end this episode quick, so I have time to do the shit show.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, we got Mark's Get Off My Lawn. Mark, you ready for that?
Sure.
That's about all we got, unless we're wanting to hunt down a shit list to make fun of.
Yeah, we gotta go do that. We got a new segment for you listeners, but it's sort of the same one. But like nobody at the bottom rings actually plugs their list in list juggler. So we're just gonna take the bottom feeder, the diehard.
The guy that went 0-6.
All right,
here we go. I have the lowest ranking list from a tournament in Australia.
Perfect.
What was the lowest one at the regional that Chris Allen won?
Yeah, what was the lowest one in North Carolina?
They didn't fill them all in. But the lowest filled in one is placed 39th. Jake Freeland had Miranda with...
Oh, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. We might go with that one.
We're not going to do that one.
We're not going to do that one. We're going to do Australia. All right.
So I was going to say, that's actually, not an awful list. Miranda and Nim. Just
okay.
Not in this.
Reflect that 0-6 list.
We'll drudge the bottoms of Australia.
God, I actually got to fill out this list on Yasby so I can understand it. God, this looks so ugly.
Oh, because it's yeah.
Well, because I'm looking at this like, who the fuck is that pilot? No one would ever.
Okay. Quick. Stews, did you restart your Audacity?
Talk to him. You're gonna have to pull from YouTube. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I tried it and it didn't say anything about losing anything and then restarting it. So it just started recording a brand new one without having a file on the backup.
Okay, well, I'll figure it out.
Who the shit is Quinn Jast?
It sounds like a Jedi name.
No, it's a scum ship.
Oh. What?
Quinn Jast.
Oh, it's the reloading sick, isn't it?
What?
Hold on.
Serious? Oh, yes. There it is.
Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Such a nerd.
10 points Gryffindor. God.
Jesus.
That's right. The trap right here, Coach.
God, you run way too many skicks.
Oh my god, that's why this list was so bad. Oh my fuck. Oh, I can't wait for this.
Right.
Oh my god.
We're gonna come out of commercial.
Yeah, do your thing.
Oh, how do you come back from the dubstep? I don't know. I guess we'll just say, hope you got the dub on,
Welcome
baby.
Back to OCX. Welcome back to OXX.
With the wubble-ubs and the dub-dubs.
Super glad you guys are all hot and sweaty from getting your bumping on that OCX dubstep new hit from Montana. Hope you had your glow sticks and your Molly. Is that what they call it? Molly? Is that the drug? The new drug of the day? Sure.
Yep.
Whatever. Oh man, if you were on Molly and listening to the OCX dubstep song, I bet you were craving a beer. So you should go get another beer. All right, that was fun. So it's time for everyone's favorite old angry man. Back again with the segment "Get Off My Lawn" with Uncle Mark Tippett. Mark, what you angry about today?
Not so much angry. Just a couple of points of view. And let me know if you're not hearing me. I always like to know that. 4 of you are staring there blankly into the screen.
We can hear you.
Good. Last week, couple things. On St. Louis, my wife and I had to go to St. Louis. We stopped at an antique mall. While I was there, I hear his voice. And Chico, remember the old guy that was standing next to Bob Swain and I while we were playing X-Wing at Hoth last year?
Vaguely.
Guess what? Walked into the same antique mall, and he's up from by Chicago. X-Wing reunion right there in this random antique mall in Staunton, Illinois.
No way.
That's awesome.
And it's the first time. And it was the first time either one of us had been to that mall, and my wife just went everywhere. So
Raining like rabbits.
Exactly. So last weekend, to Springfield to play in the their league tournament down there. Wife mentions to me Friday night, "Hey, I just saw on the internet on Facebook that Tyler and Will are thinking about going to Just for Fun for their fourth quarter kit tournament." And I say to her, "Well, that's Saturday, and I was planning on going to Springfield on Sunday." She goes, "Well, don't you want to see your son?" And I'm thinking to myself, not particularly. I would like to have a chance to win at something.
Porque no los dos.
Yeah. So she said, "No, I think you ought to go. Why don't you call him and make sure he's going?" I do, and true to form, he doesn't answer his phone. Apparently, all the phones that I've bought for my children have no ringers. Anyway, that's beside the point.
I think my wife got this.
You texted him though, right?
So, well, and that was ignored as well. So Saturday morning, I did a couple things around the house, loaded my stuff up. Gee, I bet you can't imagine what I took, and drove over to Peoria. 1-minute drive. And I'm calling my son, driving over there. No answer. So at 10 o'clock, we're supposed to start at 10:30. Just call. Oh. I said, "Hey, bud, where are you? It's for fun." I'm there. Order tournament.
Ooh.
I'm not going to make it. Okay. So I text Will, coming to the tournament. He responded to me at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. "Oh, my brother came in town. I'm hanging out with him." So I just had to go and win the tournament myself. Which, it's kind of nice. Started out the day. Great. On for an hour and 20 minutes watching everybody else play. Second match, I get Nim. I lose it. A very, very close match, but I lose it. Get a Rack Vader. I tabled it in 20 minutes. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know Uncle Mark, he's running for Y Wings with TLTs.
Shh. Big secret.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's a secret.
So
It's a secret.
I mentioned to the tournament organizer that why is he avoiding me? And he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. And we get paired for the last match. And he has a the scout. He's got a chemo, and he's got Talonbane Cobra all loaded out. And I'm thinking to myself, well, this will be interesting. I'm not sure how this is going to work. And true to form, scout out there first, so I made it go away. And the Kiamigila came next, and I made it go away. And then the Cobra came, and I made it go away. And I had all my ships still on the board. And he starts figuring numbers up, and he goes, win by... I say, thank you very much. It's been a lovely afternoon. We'll see you later.
Now you said he started adding up points. Was he doing this on pencil and paper?
I think he was having trouble understanding cryodex. That's the reason when I told you, hey, I answered some cryodex questions. Doesn't that make you nervous? And I'd also like to thank Kyle for being there and supporting when all the random questions started coming to me, and I'm going, here, I have a direct line to Chico. I'll ask him. Of course, Chico today, and I kept getting responses from Kyle, and I said, close enough. So,
I was in the middle of my own tournament, beating up on Bob Swaim.
Oh, sweet! I wish I had done that.
Like, yeah, baby.
Hey, you should have come down to Muncie.
Just a hop and a skip over there.
Yeah.
Man. Weeks. But unfortunately, I'm getting a sense of security with the Y-Wings and the TLTs, and when regionals come rolling around, it's going to be just awful. I'm afraid that if I bring anything else, I'll be booed out of the
Yes, you will.
area.
Yes, you will.
You're famous now, Mark. Damn it.
Or I win the whole damn thing, one or the other.
Just show up with 4 aggressors, tie aggressors, and just I want you to take a picture of everyone. Just be like, you can't fly that.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Uncle Mark. That was. I mean, geez, them fucking millennials. You know, you just can't do anything with them.
The funniest thing is, if it wasn't for Chico and I, so thanks Chico for us having a giant discussion about all that stuff in one of our episodes that we just came out with, to whereas I could answer those questions that Mark was putting on there without you being there. So I'm just glad that we were able to give our listeners that information to help them out.
Please tell me at some point the guy was like, Judge, and you're like, no. Don't worry, I got Kyle.
Well, what was funny is, that was making the wrong call on everything.
Oh no!
That way, because he was running work, and I was like, that's not quite right.
He was running what, Mark?
He was trying to. He was the bullseye arc.
Oh, okay.
Because he was one to make that bullseye arc cancel everything. I'm going, no, the card says it cancels this. Oh, well, it would also cancel this and this and this. Oh, no, the card says it cancels this. So this would be good, that would be good. Well, let's run by Chris. What the hell, And so I shoot the text off, and Kyle would answer me, yep, that's right, you're wrong.
Fuck you, Judge.
I try not to be too much of a dick, but
that's funny.
God, the bullseye firing arc would be goddamn amazing if it canceled out everything and not just evades and focus tokens.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the story gets better because Sunday morning I get up well, I'm not going to Springfield. She's up and we're downstairs, and she goes, go to Springfield at 11:30. Well, are you going? I said, well, I played yesterday. Better call Tyler and see if he's going to go to Springfield. So I called Tyler, except now I know that I have to call him 3 times in a row because he has a do not disturb phone, and it'll only ring. Call him 3 times in a row in so many minutes. This.
What the hell?
So I call 3 in a row, and I get so going to Springfield. Okay, great. I just thought I'd check in with you. Out my car.
Oh,
we stayed
Mark,
home and finished watching. Watching season.
You never let us down. All right.
I just wish that I just hope that when I see a few more years to the years that I've already seen, I get to have as many fun and awesome stories as you to tell, because that just sounds like so much fun.
Well, you guys help me. I don't know. Hell, feel young. I guess I don't know. I don't know why the hell I hang out with all you people. You play so much better than I do anyway. But
I thought
none of you.
Was so young.
That's what the Vigaro.
You make me feel so young.
Swear me. So
we're trying.
All right.
it's
All
that.
right. All right. I'm cutting you off. You're rambling. All right. New segment. We're gonna. Should we just call this shit on the bottom?
Shit on the bottom.
No, nobody's gonna ever fill out List Juggler after this.
Yeah.
The lower table blues.
Let's call this fishing. We'll call this fishing. We're gonna go fishing, boys.
Yep,
Sure.
fishing. I like it.
We're gonna ace a grab this baby and catch us a trophy.
And what bottom feeder have we got today?
Yeah, so coming out of Western Australia at a 24-person tournament, coming in dead last, 0 points, 160 MOV, is a delightful squad. I won't give his name in case his friends are listening.
Come on, we gotta make him internet famous for being bad.
Josh Cochran. Corcoran? I don't know. Okay, so he was running.
Josh Cochran. Mate.
He was running a delightful list of an M3A with Quinn Jast. For those who don't know Quinn Jast, that's the one that lets you reload.
We might want to read what Quinn Jast is, because most of us thought that was a made-up name.
At the start of the combat phase, you may receive a weapons disabled token to flip one of your discarded torpedo or missile upgrade cards. So yeah.
The reload.
So guess what they put on them? Harpoon missiles. Meta. So of course it's got the heavy seek title, guidance chips, and Deadeye, so you can fire it with a focus. Yeah.
Sounds fantastic.
Starting off good. Next up, we have an M3A with Inaldra, which is when attacking or defending, you may spend 1 shield token to reroll any number of your dice. Super awesome ability. With Mind Link, Heavy, and Mangler Cannon.
Yes!
A whopping 22 points.
Yes!
She only has 1 shield token.
That was Pulse Ray Shield. Should have put Pulse Ray Shield on it.
Wasn't on there. Not enough points. Don't need it. Don't want it.
Cochran. Cochran.
Mangler Cannon is more important than getting your shield back.
So, our third ship is an M3A, Genesis Red.
Yes.
After you acquire a target lock, assign a focus and evade tokens to your ship until you have the same number of each token as the locked ship. So boom, you're getting all those. and bumping it up to PS9 with Veteran Instincts and Heavy Seek and a Mangler Cannon.
Yes.
Okay, Mad Medic is going absolutely bonkers because he's saying that's 100 points.
And, oh man, for the fourth ship.
Oh, Medic, you're terrible.
Guess what kind of ship it is?
It's an M3A?
It's an M3A.
Yes!
Sirisu, letting you re-roll defense dice at range 1. The defensive Howl Runner. Oh, so good. With a tiny mind link, so an Aldra can get those focuses. And heavy Mangler cannons.
Oh, man. What's his kid's name? Josh Cochran?
Josh Corcoran.
Corcoran. You are the hero of the scum. You are the hero.
No, you guys don't understand.
Applaud that.
I got some GoFundMe money.
I was just gonna say
I went with an alias name and I had to change up my Sequels Taste the Mangler list.
Kyle fucking secretly flew to Australia and flew his 4 skickless.
That's right. This guy is my fucking hero.
Are we sure secretly Kyle didn't influence us to do this type of bad list submission? It's like he set this whole thing up. Is he fucking like?
All I can say.
Just a perfect list there.
All I can say is this guy is my hero. He took a 4-seek list to a regional and came up with his own creative thing, and then flew it like a champion. What did he go? 0-6. Oh. This is just fantastic.
I'm gonna offer up world. There's a dilly to Josh Corcoran.
Yeah,
yes,
Josh,
dilly, my friend, dilly,
or whatever they say in Australia.
We are coming up with our own OCX cheers. Correct, Chico?
Gonna start working on it.
He's working on it. So sooner or later, that's what we will be doing. But for now, we're gonna totally rip the shit off of Bud Light. And dilly to you, my friend.
Yeah,
if anybody knows them, have them get in contact, and we'll send them something awesome.
What was the one?
Because I don't always fly scum, but when I do, I fly skicks. 100 points worth, baby.
I want to guide this guy into a direction if he's going to listen to the show, because people are going to say, "Hey, you were mentioned on a podcast."
All right, Foss brothers. I know the Fosses listen to this because they listen to everything. So if you can find this poor sap in Western Australia,
if he needs to fly Seeks, he needs to fly Sequels Taste the Mangler. That's what he needs to fly.
Yeah, he does. He really does. That list sucks. I don't like that list at all. If he's got a skick thing. Oh, that could be a new song. I got a skick thing.
Oh, my God. What was the one about the stripper's ass in the whiskey cup? Oh. I like that one a lot.
Something about Navy and the sea, but Krull always calls a stripper a whiskey glass and a stripper's ass home. That's
a soldier's home is the land, a sailor's home is the sea, but a whiskey glass and a stripper's ass is home sweet home to me.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
Oh.
All right. Well, that was quite the list. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Kyle, seriously, you got to write the outro on the show notes. Either that or it's somebody else's job to do. Oh, Chico,
it's on there. The outro is shameless plug.
Yeah.
For OC
the outro hasn't changed. It's still a shameless plug for OC Games and Comics. Which, okay, shameless plug. OC Games and Comics.
Right.
We got to do shout-outs first.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do shout-outs.
Yep. I'm going to go take a piss.
Is that your shout-out?
Oh,
your piss out?
He's really doing it. All right.
He's like, fuck all you guys.
Okay.
Okay, Mark, any shout-outs?
Yes, I do. a couple of them. First out is to God, White
Nope.
Tiberius. Ricky's new daughter came last week. Shout out to the Pirate Lord himself, who is now a dad with a lovely little girl.
What?
And my second shout out
Whoa!
is to
Time out! Whoa!
he was actually watching Blair and the 7 Z's in the delivery room.
Oh no, he was
Nice.
not.
Yes, he was. His wife had gotten the epidural, sitting there on his phone, and he goes, "Hun, is there anything I could do for you?" She goes, "No, I'm just sitting here waiting." So he was watching football and second in the regionals out.
Dude, he is the Pirate Lord.
That's awesome.
Shout out is to Blair Bunky for calling out Tyler as traitor when he heard that I was actually going to be on OCX radio. Calling Tyler out as being a traitor because his father was cast, and Tyler goes, "Oh hell, that's on there all the time." He's like one of the regulars there, especially during town hall. And Blair goes, "Oh, I guess we don't have to execute you anyway." So,
You didn't throw out your co-host title? Come on, Mark. Jeez.
I didn't have anything to say about it. I was just I was listening to it on the podcast, or when you listen to it.
I mean, we basically got business cards made up for you. Is Uncle Mark Tippett,
Sweet.
co-host, OCX Radio.
Is the back of my shirt just Uncle Mark?
Ooh, the shirt's coming. The designs are almost done. I swear to God. I know I say that every time, but
yeah, he no longer gets sleep.
Yeah. Was that it? Oh, dude, Ricky had a little baby girl. That's funny. Did he name her Calvina?
No, I said it just a minute ago. What was it?
Tiberia? Sybil?
Okay. Sybil? J.K.
As in shepherd?
There he is. Sure. I'm all in.
I do. I got to shout out real quick since I came back.
Just had to touch your dick, and all of a sudden you got a shout out, huh?
That's right. No, I got a shout out to.
Totally remembered.
Well, I didn't hear any of the shout outs, so I was just waiting to get my shout out out. My shout out goes to, you guys need to listen to the Hornet Squadron Radio Christmas special.
That makes sense.
That's going to be coming out this week. We had a metric ton of people on that show, and there's a lot of interesting debates and content between a lot of different podcasters from different podcasts. So I don't want to spoil a whole lot of how many people were on there and who they were specifically, but if you see that pop up, definitely give it a listen.
I'm going to cut in here. Bad Medic wants to give a shout out to his dick. It's pretty awesome.
It gets the job done.
It gets the job done. Ain't anything special, but it gets the job done.
All right, so I got a shout out.
Dick things.
Speaking of dicks, I got a shout out to the Carolina Crates because I got beef with them. Was listening to their last episode, and all of a sudden they start talking about shaken pilot in combo with the ruling of if you execute a red maneuver when you're stressed, and they started calling me wrong. And Chris Allen said I can't wait for Chris to hear this, or I can't wait for Chico to hear this. He's going to be so mad. And at that point, I was already halfway through scrolling down the FAQ in a furious rage because I know I'm right. And just copy and pasting chunks out there, sending it to him. So, yes, if you execute a red maneuver while you're stressed and have shaken pilot, sorry about your luck, your opponent sets your dial. It's in the FAQ. Go look it up.
Don't they know not to fuck with the Chico? I mean,
That's
come
right.
on. God damn it. Don't fuck with the Chico.
Like,
It's another shirt. Put it on a shirt. Fuck the card. We're putting it on a shirt. Man, I want to shout out to my fellow co-hosts for how well of an episode they did last week. I personally didn't think you guys would be able to even like figure out how to start the Google Hangouts, let alone do the whole episode. But no, it was a very good episode, guys. It was refreshing to hear OCX radio and content. So I'm going to let Chico take it away. Chico!
Oh, for the outro, sure. Shameless plug for OCX Games and Comics. I've never been there, but I hear it's okay.
It's okay.
Any suggestions, email ocxradio@gmail.com. List submissions that we can make fun of on the air. Either get last place or email ocxradio@gmail.com. Yum,
We're going to find your bad lists no matter where you go.
Yes, right.
Can't even go to Australia.
With your Seek list.
We're gonna reverse list juggler. Like if you don't make top 8, you're just like, fuck that. I'm not putting my list on there.
Like just start going around to tournaments, hanging out by the judge table, going, "Oh, that person's dropping. What was your list?"
Oh, what was your list? OCX would like to know. So yes, that would be. OCX cares. That's what it should be. Oh man. Okay, guys. I think that's it for this episode. I'm going to recharge the old headset a little bit. Go pee again because I broke the seal. But we are going to come back on and discuss Last Jedi for a little bit. So if you have not seen the movie, don't watch.
Get
or watch. Because
Good night.
Good night,
yeah,
Mark.
it's gonna be graphic, and I got a lot of swear words coming my way. So
it's gonna be porgalicious.
It's gonna be porgalicious. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking porgalicious. So anyway, thank you all for viewing. If you would like to stay for the next segment of OCX Radio Podcast / Last Jedi Review, please stay tuned.
Doom, 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 doom.
That was good. Okay.
So
he's put down his headset. He's walked away. Now we can talk about how he's wrong preemptively so that he can't rebuttal.
About the movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He is wrong. He's totally wrong.
Well,
he's had some.
What episode?
The Last Jedi, Mark.
No, he's talking about the actual OCX episode.
Oh, last week? I'm confused.
What was this recording? Episode number?
This is 31.
Got it.
31. Doing that so I can save my file.
There you go.
Like no one else can, but
yeah
Chico,
we're gonna
need
Chico and I can. All right, guys. Hey, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me hang out. And
yeah, Mark. Always a pleasure.
We're going to shut down.
Enjoy the movie.
And we'll whenever I get to see it. But good night, guys.
Good night, Mark. No, he yeah. Coach is going to have to find a way to get his Audacity file synced in with the YouTube video, because if we put that choppy stuff on there, it gets a little irritating.
What choppy stuff?
Like when he cuts out when he's talking and you can't hear him.
Oh yeah. Oh, Marks.
Yeah, I said Mark.
Marks. I thought you said Coach.
Oh no, not Coach.
How are they going to be able to do that? That's going to be really hard to do. I don't know. I'll throw in my file, and if they want to magically do something, go for it. But yeah, holy shit, that movie was long. Like, so damn long.
The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just, like, ridiculously long, and, like, but, you know, for all the stuff that they put in there, you know, I was okay with it being that long. Yeah, I like Star Wars, so
yeah,
right, make it that long.
I remember at some point in time I was sitting there going, "Oh my God, I've been sitting here forever, and this movie isn't even close to being over." I remember sitting there and thinking that, like, what in the hell is going on here? But no, I love the movie. I'm one of the people that
my TLDR for it was that it was a really shitty plot with a really good movie put on top of it. It's like the whole concept of let's chase them for 6 hours until they run out of gas. The dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like,
it's a legitimate X-Wing strategy, people. They were slow playing. The rebels were slow playing.
Yeah, except like if this exact movie was put in the time of like sailboats, then yes, I completely agree. You got like some sailboat chasing another sailboat every once in a while, shooting a cannonball at them to remind them they're there. Oh my gosh, if the wind ever dies down, I'm gonna get you. It's like that basically was a movie. I'm pretty sure that there was some movie that was like that with sailboats. But anyways, when hyperspace exists, like, why don't I just have one of my 8 Star Destroyers hyperspace in front of them to slow them down? Or maybe I send out this crack shot fucking pilot I got to go shoot out their engines, because God knows they don't have any snub fighters anymore because I killed them all. Like, come on. Like, you could have done anything. So I really had to say, okay, whatever. This is their plot. Moving on. What are they going to do with it? And there were some parts that I looked at and gone, okay, really? That's it? But the overarching, like, Star Wars feel of it, I think was pretty good. Like, if this was a half episode, like Rogue One was, just stuck in the middle, it'd have been awesome. But because it was it was like put in as a major episode, that's where it failed. And so shut up, Patrick. Kylo doesn't need cover. He's Kylo.
Here's what I have to say about the Rogue One compared to The Last Jedi. A lot of people are going to...
We're starting a new one for this.
No, we've already been talking about it for like 5 minutes.
No. We're starting a new one, so I don't have to fucking wade through 4.5 hours of fucking stuff. So, YouTube listeners, we're going to end this broadcast now, and we're going to start a new one right back up. And it's going to be Last Jedi talk. Might be bringing in some new people, and we'll get this ball rolling. So deal with it for 5 minutes. It'll be posted on OCX, X-Wing Podcast, Minoc, and Carolina Crates, because I like fucking with their Facebook pages. So we're going to stop this broadcast now, but be sure to join in 5 minutes. We'll be getting the new one going up. So bye!
You should